And hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another Talking Tech Tips with Terry. That would be me, Tuesday at 2. It's 2 o'clock in the Eastern time zone. And so we're here for another exciting time here on Dental Nachos, talking about all kinds of good things that are happening. And today, I particularly want to share with you some real new areas that are happening in the area of NFTs, those non-fungible tokens, and how you can creatively use those to generate new connections, build community, and do a whole lot more. We're going to take a look at what can be done, what is being done right now, and I think you're going to find it pretty impressive when you see what's going on. And matter of fact, we are following the model of our hero here, that is Dr. Paul Goodman. We affectionately called him Dr. Nachos, and he's talking to us about always test, don't guess. Look at what's happening and find ways that you can explore new opportunities that are out there. So we're going to look at several different things, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you because we're doing this live using the wonderful tool called Restream, which I really like. It gives me a chance to send out a signal one place, but then to multiply that into several other locations. So right now we're going to, yes, the Facebook group here for Dental Nachos, but also getting it over to Twitter. We're getting it to YouTube, over to LinkedIn, and a few other places. So it's a real nice little tool. I recommend that strongly. It's called Restream. But what we're going to talk about is how you can benefit from that. And as we look at what's going on in the world of crypto today, a lot of different things that are happening. I find that cryptocurrencies really are changing a lot. Now we're seeing the price go down, and people sometimes get a little bit scared about that. Oh, no, the price is down. Well, I think we got to look at it for a long term because this is something that is not going away. It reminds me of what we heard years ago when I'm old enough now to remember when this thing called the internet was coming out. And the internet was there in the World Wide Web. We call it the information superhighway. People thought, oh, that's just for a bunch of drug dealers and ne'er-do-wells and for all kinds of nastiness out there. Well, not really. Now, that stuff did exist, and nasty things still exist there, but we see a lot of benefits. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at that, and what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have some fun with this. Today, I'm going to share with you what's going on and something that I'm going to be doing in just a little bit, where I'm going to be talking to a group called the Florida Bitcoin Blockchain Summit this coming Friday. I'll be doing the opening keynote speech there, getting a chance to talk with people about a number of different things that are happening, and we'll look forward to hearing from you. So wherever you're getting this, if you want to leave a note in there, that will be good. We've got a technology here so we can pull that up on the screen and take a peek at it, but we're going to be talking about a number of these different items and the different things of what you want to do as we work with it. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to actually show you the slides that I'll be using for this. So keep it a secret, okay? Don't tell any of the grown-ups, okay? It'll just be between you and me. We'll have some fun with this. And I want to show you some of the things that are available, how you can use it, and it'll be for that. By the way, if you are in the area or you want to come on down and be with us, we're going to be right here in Orlando, and it is going to give you the ability to see just a whole lot of things that are going on with technology, with crypto, and what's happening with it. It'll be the 26th through the 27th, and you can go to Florida Blockchain Summit, get more information that way to see what's going on, how it works, and what can be done. But we're going to be talking about a number of different things of the state of Bitcoin, blockchain, and cryptocurrencies. And that relates to anyone who is working with money, anyone that's working with a lot of different things. We're seeing dentists being able to embrace blockchain for keeping track of records in a way that will not be destroyed. It can be very private as well. A lot of benefits for that in many, many different areas. And I think we've got some areas that are available. And so what I want to do is share with you a few different little features here of what it's like and how you can use some of these things and move ahead. I think one of the things we got to look at is when we move forward, sometimes we're going to make a mistake. And when we do, we've got to admit it. I like the way that my buddy Marcus Aurelius said it long ago. He said, if anyone can prove and show to me that I think in error, I will gladly change, for I seek the truth. I think that is really, really good. And the way that he says that, what he shows, how he talks about it, and what can be done in many different ways, I think is really, really important. And what we want to do is be able to continue to adapt and change and look around, because when we see what's going on in many different areas, we see that Bitcoin is being accepted a lot. Here's a picture that was very interesting. This is a tweet that was on Twitter showing the success of it. These people that are here are all part of central banks around the world. Many different countries sent their central bankers and people who were head of finance in their country, and they sent them to El Salvador for a big meeting that was going on just recently. And what they did is in this meeting, they got together, the President Nayib Bukele, he's the president of El Salvador, put this together and had them all get together and say something I think pretty profound. And let's listen to this. That's it. Bitcoin. Bitcoin. I think that's pretty amazing. We're seeing the central bankers that are embracing Bitcoin now. It's something that has gone way beyond what it was before. Many people thought, oh, it's only for the drug dealers and it's only for those that are ne'er-do-well, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin particularly. And now we see, no. This thing has some enormous applications, some enormous opportunities in many different ways. And we're going to see that it's there. Now, one thing about it, it's a roller coaster. I tell you, it's one of those things that here, if you get a little bit nervous or dizzy, you might want to look at the other side of the screen. But this is pretty amazing here when you can see the roller coaster ride that we have with Bitcoin is pretty dramatic. When it's up, and then it goes down, and you can almost feel that pulling you apart in different places and what it's like when it's going up and down so fast. That's where people have said, hey, I don't know if I want to get in this. Well, if you're trying to get in it and make a bunch of money real fast, it's not going to work very well. Matter of fact, you'll end up beating your head and pounding against the brick wall. You don't want to do that. Instead, what you want to do is embrace some of the features and some of the ways that you'll be able to use this in some beautiful ways. So what I want to do is share with you some of the ways that I'm seeing right now for events. We're all going to different events right now. And usually the way that it works is you pay your money, you go to the event, you process everything, you learn there, you meet people, and you realize, okay, I'm going to spend the money for that. You're going to spend not only the money for the tuition, but also the transportation, the lodging, your food, and the whatevers that'll come up from that. But now we're seeing a different way of doing this with something that I experienced just recently. And this has a lot of application for people who are content creators. If you are creating content, this is going to give you the opportunity to do some amazing new things. And it's with something that I experienced at CEX. What is that? Well, that was a content or creator economy expo. Creator economy expo. Those who create video, who create audio, text, send out information to others. That's a lot of people. If you've got a YouTube channel, you've got an Instagram account, if you're using Twitter, the host of many, many other things. Joe Pulizzi is a person who's been known for content, for how to use content as marketing. And I think this is one of the best ways to market. Matter of fact, for a dentist, if you want to learn a really good way to help get new business, give lots of good education. Ways to brush properly, ways to floss. What about this and what about that? Think of common problems and common questions that your patients are asking and create content. Create content around that. Well, this is what he's doing in many different fields, and I would say this applies in a lot of different areas. If you've got some areas where you're seeing people using many different tools, they're using many different tools for video, for audio. At Dental Nachos, we're doing a lot of that, and I see there's some amazing capabilities with this. And so what you want to do is be able to follow along. Well, now what they did is they did something just a little bit different that we haven't seen before. It was at the Creator Economy Expo. That was earlier this month out in Phoenix, Arizona. And they went along with the idea of the NFT, the Non-Fungible Token. That means it's something that is rare, it's unique, and you only have one. Think of it kind of like the Mona Lisa. There's only one Mona Lisa. Even though there's a lot of pictures of it out there, there's only one real original, and we have ways of authenticating that. With the NFT, the non-fungible token, we can use that on a blockchain. And the blockchain, which is immutable, means you cannot change it ever. We know what happened and when, and you can buy what they call an NET, similar to it, just a little twist they put out there, a never-ending ticket. You might think, well, what in the world is that, Terry? Well, a never-ending ticket is something that gives you the ability to constantly stay in touch with what's going on in that organization. So, for instance, what they'll do is they will look at that, you buy it once, and then you attend forever. I bought a ticket to that. Gina, my fiance, went with me. We went there, and she bought one as well. That means now we will be able to go to this event anytime they have this event or other events, no charge for the rest of our lives or their lives as long as they're around. That means for a long time. We paid a little bit more than we would have paid for one-time attendance. And then that gives us not only access to all of those, but also to many other areas that are open only to the NET, never-ending ticket holders, meaning that something they're doing is you might have the meeting and then you have an after-meeting session on virtual a week later. Hey, how are you applying what we learned at the convention? What did you think of that? One-on-one coaching sessions can be available. You can have a guru, someone who knows a lot about something, working with someone and helping them in many different ways. There's some amazing possibilities with this, and I see, hey, this could really make a big difference in a lot of areas. You can put all kinds of benefits in there where they get a chance to see the first of some new material you have, and certain easy ways to do this. I can see a dentist showing regular follow-ups where you might be able to have quick questions with a hygienist. So you can say, hey, let's find out how you're doing. What are you doing? Any questions you might have on brushing, questions you might have on flossing, what to do, and have this available so you've got a little extra benefit. Think of creative ways you can add value. Doing that over Zoom makes it eminently easier and better for all involved. So a lot of good stuff there with that, and I think some others. And you can have NET holder only events. So someone can come only if they own that NET, they would be able to benefit from that. And this opens up all kinds of possibilities. You think, okay, it's a more private group, a more elite group of people that are more advanced, more experienced in a particular area, and those kind of things can always be very valuable in there. You can have private backstage meetings with some of the speakers. So that way someone gets one-on-one time with the speaker afterwards if they hold so many NETs, or if they have this number, or they've had that many for that long. All kinds of possibilities are there. And exclusive newsletters can go out. So you have a newsletter, a mailing that goes out, maybe an audio, a video that you send only to those who have the NET. The other possibilities would include all kinds of things like exclusive virtual in-person events, group coaching. There's another way that you could leverage the skills and the ability of the guru and let the guru talk to a small group, 5, 10, 15 people, whatever you would decide would be appropriate. Being able to share, and people will think, wow, I get all of that for buying this coin, and that's really nice. They're getting that never-ending ticket that way. Because of blockchain, we can do that. Many companies are also offering special Discord access. Now, there's one I need to get involved in. I haven't been doing a whole lot with Discord, and I need to learn it more because there are more people using that now. It's given us an opportunity to see what's happening with it in big ways. One-on-one coaching with a guru you had mentioned, and that can be really helpful. People might say, yeah, I want to have one-on-one private just between us discussions between me and the person who is there. This gives you a lot of capability. Also, introductions to key resources. You know some people who are resources who can provide real value to people that you know, that you work with. You can make that a possible as well. Discounts for new products or services that you might have. Co-produce a podcast or a video. This is something that Joe is offering, that he would actually produce a podcast with you doing something if you are in a certain group with these NETs. And then here's the best part. This is the outstanding thing. If you have a buyer and they say, yeah, I don't think I want it anymore. I've used it for a couple years and now things are changing in my life. I don't need that service anymore, or I'm moving, or I'm doing whatever. They can resell it. So now they can resell it. The market would be determining what the price is going to be. Some people might say, this is so valuable, and there's only going to be a limited number of them. That's why it's an NFT, that non-fungible token. By definition, they are restricted in the number that you want. You say, okay, we're only going to have one of these. We're only going to have 10 of them. We're only going to have 100 of these, 1,000, whatever the number might be for you. You can do that. And then the buyer can resell it if they want. That means they wouldn't get access to all those other benefits, but someone else could. And this opens up enormous opportunities in a host of different ways. So this is something I would recommend looking into. Now, I'm also going to talk about proof of attendance, POAP. This way you can put it on an NFT, keep track of who went to what meetings when. I can see some real benefits here for a dentist that would be able to say, okay, here's what we're going to do, and we're going to provide this as a record of what they did. And I want you to know, This really is a game changer. It's a game changer that is going to change the way that we do what we're doing, and our whole lives are going to change. So I see some amazing possibilities and developments that are coming from this. And I would love to hear from you. If you're catching this via video and it's not live for you, by all means, leave a note below and let me know, and leave a question if you have one, and we can get back. I monitor these particularly carefully the next 24 to 48 hours after we do a broadcast live like this, so we can see, okay, what is it that we can do to help you out? What can we do, and how can I help you to get answers to your questions? Because that's what we want to do. So a lot of good things are available here, a lot of good capabilities that are available you can use in many different ways, and we're going to be able to show these to you in many different areas to say, okay, this is what we can do, and we can look at it. It looks like my system audio is muted right there, and that is interesting how that happened. I don't know, but we'll unmute that and come over here. There we go. System audio is muted for some reason, and those kind of things happen every so often. But I'm Terry Brock. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will look forward to talking with you a little bit later. Thank you.